I, the promotion staff, happened to be preparing a camera and tripod for behind-the-scenes documentation. As I turned my head, I saw Dylan and Bai Lu sitting next to each other in the corner of the room with mobile phones in hand, looking as serious as if they were discussing something important. But as soon as I got a little closer, it turned out that the topic was not at all serious. "How about we make a short video together?" Bai Lu said in high spirits, her eyes shining like a child who just got a naughty idea. "What video? Challenge TikTok again?" Dylan asked, looking at him with a doubtful but curious expression. "Yes. But that's ridiculous. Let the fans know we're not always cool," Bai Lu replied quickly, holding back a laugh. Dylan pretended to sigh. "I think they already know I can't be cool if you're around." Bai Lu looked at him briefly, then laughed loudly. "Oh my god, if you're not feeling well, you're going to get sick, right?" I'm the one standing behind the camera, almost dropped the tripod. They are both like two magnets that pull each other, and all the crew already knows, every time they start joking, work can stop 15 minutes. Finally, they agreed to make a funny short video. The concept is simple. Bai Lu becomes a fierce boss, and Dylan becomes a careless assistant. But what happened then was far from simple. Bai Lu took the blazer suit from the drama costume and stood in front of the camera in an elegant style. Dylan wears plastic glasses belonging to the property, but put them wrong, upside down. "Why does it feel so strange?" he complained while tilting his head. "That's because you put the glasses on backwards." "I'm calling you babe. Seriously." Dylan took off his glasses, twisted, then put them on again. "Well, now it's clearer. Why do you look like two?" "Because the glasses have not been removed, the protective plastic, stupid." Bai Lu replied while laughing to the point of bowing. All the crew around them laughed along. Even the director who was passing by stopped for a moment and could only shake his head. "You guys should be paid twice as much, once for acting, once for crew entertainment," he said. Once ready, they start recording. Bai Lu set the camera in selfie mode, Dylan standing behind her. "Ready?" Bai Lu asked while pressing the record button. "Ready, boss," Dylan replied in a funny tone. Bai Lu cleared his throat, trying to appear fierce. "Why is this report not finished?" he said in a high tone. Dylan immediately pretended to panic. "I've tried, but the printer is angry, Mom." "Printer angry?" "Yes, he's going to get the ball rolling. Like a dog." Bai Lu couldn't help but laugh. Her face instantly shattered. "Cut. Cut. How am I supposed to act when you say that?" he said as he hit Dylan's arm plan. Dylan laughed until he looked down. "But your expression was so cool. I almost believed you were the real boss." "Be careful, I'm going to be the boss," replied Bai Lu quickly. They tried again, this time more seriously. But in the middle of the dialogue, Bai Lu suddenly said the wrong name. "Dylan, I mean, Assistant Wong," he said spontaneously. Dylan immediately responded, "Call me Dylan Aya, let our relationship more fluid." You can't help but laugh. Ouch. You are so bad. And yes, the video failed again. After 5 failed takes for too many laughs, they finally decided to turn the concept into a spontaneous comedy video, without a script. Dylan stood up while carrying an empty folder, while Bai Lu sat on a chair with an expression pretending to be serious. "Boss, it's bad. The office computer," Dylan said in a dramatic tone. Bai Lu immediately improvised. "I told you, don't start a romance drama at work." "But boss, the cast is like us." Dylan pointed at the imaginary screen. "Get out you now. If I go out, who makes you laugh every day?" Instantly, the whole room burst into laughter. Even the lamplighter clapped along. "Well, this is a fix. It's the best version," Bai Lu said while holding back a laugh and pressing stop. "I want to upload now." Dylan looked at the phone screen and laughed. "You sure? You look so cool in there." "That's exactly what's funny. Fans love to see a different side of us." A few minutes later, Bai Lu actually uploaded the video to her social media account, while Dylan stood behind her while pretending to panic. Don't tag me yet. I'm not mentally ready yet, he said. Late. I've tagged you, and I added the caption, "The most absurd bosses and assistants 2025. Bai Lu," Dylan exclaimed with a laugh. Bai Lu laughed contentedly. Her face really sparkled like a child who managed to prank a schoolmate. Soon, notifications on both phones began to sound constantly. "Look at that. The comments are really funny," Bai Lu said while reading. Dylan approached. "Read one." Fan said, "They're like a couple who work together but fall in love every day." Dylan smiled a little. It means our acting is successful. Or maybe, not acting, Bai Lu said slowly, half joking, half teasing. Dylan glanced at him, pretending to be shocked. "Well, don't say that. The fans will get excited." "Let it go. Exciting, right?" Bai Lu replied with a laugh again. That afternoon, the two continued to make other short videos. One lip-sync version of a love song which was messed up because Dylan had the wrong lyrics. One more expression guessing challenge which failed miserably because Bai Lu couldn't stop laughing every time Dylan put on a serious pretentious face. And the funniest, the video animal filters, in which they both try on cat filters. "Look, you're like a sleepy cat," Dylan said, staring at the screen. You even look like an evil cat in an animated movie." Reply Bai Lu. "You envy because evil cats are usually cool." "No. You just look ridiculous." They both laughed again. I, who recorded from the side, could only shake my head with a smile. Every time they were together, the atmosphere was always lively. No one could help but laugh. When the break was almost over, the director called all the players to prepare. "Come on, let's go," he said. But Bai Lu and Dylan were still busy checking out their last video. "Oh, look at this. Your part is saying the wrong thing, but keep your cool, it's so funny," Bai Lu said as he pressed the screen. Dylan looked at him, then said quietly, "It's funny because I didn't say anything wrong. It's funny because you laugh like a child." "Oh, you could. Seriously. I love to see you laugh like that. Very natural." Bai Lu was silent for a while, then pretended to be staring at the clock. "I think the break is over. Let's shoot." Dylan laughed. "Run away, huh? You're still ahead of the curve." I held my breath and laughed. They're really like a live-action romantic comedy couple. Every line of it could be viral promotional material. After the night's filming was over, I saw the two of them sitting in a chair by the lights that were starting to turn off. Bai Lu's phone rang. New comments kept coming in. "Wow, our video is trending," he exclaimed. Dylan approached. "Seriously? How many views? It's been 2 million in an hour. Crazy. So, who is funnier according to fans?" "Most say, the two of us," Bai Lu said with a satisfied smile. "Our chemistry works." "Chemistry? You call it chemistry? I call it productive chaos." "If it's all this mess, I don't mind," Dylan said casually. Bai Lu looked at him, then giggled a little. "You are, yes. You can't talk to him." The two of them then laughed again. A light, not made-up laugh. And when I resonate the device in the corner of the room, I realized something. Behind the scenes of a romantic drama, there are two people who turn out to be much funnier than the characters they play. The next morning, the entire crew arrived earlier than usual, not because of a work call, but because everyone wanted to discuss the viral video. You see, Dylan and Bai Lu's video has 5 million views," said one of the crew. "It's such a funny story. I burst out laughing," said the other. Bai Lu came over with coffee, Dylan walking behind him. "I don't think we can be quiet on set anymore after that video," Dylan said quietly. "Yes, it's your own fault that the printer can get angry," Bai Lu replied while holding back a smile. "At least I made you laugh." "You make everyone laugh," Bai Lu replied, raising an eyebrow. They both looked at each other, then laughed again. And I, as always, could only observe with a smile. knowing that it would be a long but pleasant day. As a person who often sees artists working behind the scenes, I know that not all celebrities can stay cheerful after a day of filming. But Dylan and Bai Lu are different. They always have a way of making the atmosphere light, sometimes through laughter, sometimes through silliness. And the funniest thing is, they never realize that every time they joke, everyone around is happy. The short video they made may have been a few seconds long, but their laughter that day spread throughout the set. Sometimes I think, maybe that's how love works. It doesn't have to be romantic, just two people who can make the world around them feel warmer with a sincere laugh.